Namaste and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Kira, and today we are expanding consciousness through the gift of a culmination. Our 4-part series on the consciousness of sin, of really diving into that. What is it? What has it been unfolding for us? What has it been telling us? And, moving through all of the moments that we have been navigating what really is a 4-part course on how to rewire your brain away from this consciousness of sin, of being able to love yourself even more, be aware of yourself even more. And I first want to thank all of you that have been leaving me comments, some privately, some publicly over at YouTube. I know that this is a charged subject, but let me go back and remind you as to why we have been diving into this right now. Well, it's because the year ahead, 2026, and no matter when you watch this episode, it's irrelevant that I'm putting in this moment of moving into 2026 because that energy will already be in motion. However, in the year of 2026, we are in an alchemical experience. All of us, humanity, this potentiality. What does that mean? Well, it means that we are moving what in this field is in the number 5, circles of eternal time. And those circles spin, 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 spin. And in this moment, the way I like to describe it is they're opening up, they're stacking up like a telescope. And so we're all going to get this, really serious look into what's happening in front of us. And as we do that, we really must become more aware through our consciousness of the greater self. I like to describe it as our multidimensional presence, the ability to be able to be the witness, hanging out there in that 9th dimensional space of divine understanding, really witnessing in that 7th dimension where we've released judgment, the witnesser that holds that heart space in the 5th dimension of the one that's having this experience here in the 3rd. And as we move through this, and I really, really with all my heart invite you, go back and watch the first 3 episodes of this 4-part series, take notes, binge watch them, watch it again, and share it with your friends. This is a mini course, and I really encourage you to be with it and to let yourself open even more to relax and be. So, let's begin with this. Let's begin at the beginning. And I want to begin going back to something I've mentioned during every episode of this 4-part series. And that is that all of this is based upon Archangel Zadkiel's response to the question, what about sin? Tell me about sin. What is sin? And when Archangel Zadkiel was asked, what is sin? Archangel Zadkiel first laughed, like this belly roll laugh, just like the fun of it, the smile of it, the cuteness of the question, because it's so aligned to dogma and density. And in that laughter, Archangel Zadkiel said, all right, if, and I keep underscoring this, if there is a sin, it is to interfere in the path of another, or, and that could probably almost be an and/or, right? To allow another to interfere with your path. Really breathe that in. And if you've been tracking over the past 3 episodes, you already have a really good grasp of where we've been going with this and expanding this. And again, if you have not watched those episodes or you didn't really understand them, go back and watch them again, and I promise you, you will. So it brings us to where we are today, which is, what is that one sin that can destroy your destiny? I mean, is there one sin? What would that mean? There is sin? I mean, like the convolutions of that question are huge, right? About this one sin that can destroy your destiny. Well, first and foremost, I'm using those words because vidIQ said it would get you here watching. So I hope you're here watching right now and getting ready. Because there is one sin. There is that one energy. And it is very simply this, hands to heart, to allow another to interfere with your path. Say that again, and maybe bring one hand to your 3rd chakra, okay? To allow another to interfere with your path is that one sin. If there is sin at all, remember Archangel Zadkiel, if there is one sin, it is to interfere in the path of another or to allow another to interfere with your path. Taking a breath. When we allow another to interfere with our path, what we are saying is, I give up, I don't believe in me, I've lost my trust, I've collapsed into the opposite of trust, fear. When we collapse into fear, we no longer trust ourselves. We invite those seeds of self-sabotage to start spinning again. And what are the three seeds of self-sabotage? Fear, hesitancy, and doubt. So when fear, hesitancy, and doubt are spinning, and over here we have all these other molecules happening, we become. And what do we become? What does we become mean? It means we become the one that is commanding this journey, either forward, backward, stalemate, it matters not. But to allow another to interfere in your path is to become the energy of that interference. Because in that moment, and I want you to really take in a breath, just really, hands to heart, and notice. Let's go back. Let me take this back. Let me give you an example. So, you've been meditating, you've been with a group of people, whatever it is, and you are excited. You have come up with the best idea, something that you feel is really viable, something that brings you juice and joy and energy and passion, and you're really excited about it. And you run to someone that you consider to be in a circle of your friends or a family member, and you're excited and you're happy and you share. And then when you're done sharing, this person that you love and respect and want to be happy with you, for you, and all those other wonderful things, instead of supporting you, starts giving you all the reasons why you should not do this, all the holes that are poked into this. It just starts very, very slowly pulling it away. And as you sit there and you listen and you are in the energy of this response, that is the moment. That is the moment of your mastery. That is the moment to remember that in this moment right now, you are being asked by the universe, are you sure? Are you ready? And are you clear? Are you sure? Are you ready? Are you clear? Are you sure? Are you ready? You are clear. When I can answer all three of those, forward movement. Am I sure? Am I ready? Am I clear? Because in that, no matter what comes into you, no matter what negativity, no matter what is being said, no matter what holes are being poked, and some of them may be valid and are there to help refine what you're doing. So it's important for you to step into that non-personal, outside of ego experience when you're receiving this information. This brings us back to multidimensional presence. If we are standing in seventh dimensional non-judgment when this information is being given to us, there is nothing personal to deflate. We are merely seeing this through the lens of our abundant self, through the lens of our mastery, able to say thank you. Thank you for assisting me to have to say yes to myself again. Thank you for showing me where I need to pay attention. Thank you for helping me know. Thank you for helping me know. Because whenever anyone is offering you feedback that may seem negative, it's really just the universe saying, are you sure? Are you sure? And your opportunity to receive that information through your higher presence, to know the mastery of the experience, to say, yes, thank you. I love you. Some of the greatest words in our language are thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Because what they invoke is sincerity, love, and presence, which is the foundation of all miracles. Thank you, I love you is the energy that comes forward through non-interference. It's the energy that understands and accepts that your journey is your journey. Does not mean it's without ramifications. It does not mean it's going to have its own twists and turns. None of that's negated. But as Archangel Zadkiel says, if there is one sin, it is to interfere with the path of another, which we have spent the past 3 episodes really digesting. And I even offered you the 7 signs that you're unknowingly sabotaging someone else's journey. I mean, go watch these shows. But today we culminate in the essence of that one, that singular one that derails it all. And that's to let another interfere with your path. To give someone more credibility, more power, more trust, more belief than you have in yourself. To defer. Are you constantly deferring? Are you constantly doubting yourself? Remember, what are the 3 seeds of self-sabotage? Fear, hesitancy, and doubt. Or can you lift and stand in the energy of that doubt, holding the knowing, lifting above it and saying, okay, I see this. I see this. I see this doubt, and be able to love it and resolve it through the witnessing beyond an ego or personality self that is only out to seek protection for itself. So when others are coming to you, or you get unsolicited advice, right? This is one of the things that I really encourage you to learn about quantum clairvoyance. You know, I've had the honor of teaching and activating your quantum clairvoyance for over 23 years in the public domain. And one of the things in quantum clairvoyance that really is valuable and important to remember, especially when we look at this one sin, right, is a credo. That when you are blessed with seeing, when you are blessed with hearing, when you are blessed with receiving, in whatever way you do, what it is not saying is you are obligated and you must immediately go tell someone what you see. Frequently, it's just the opposite. The more that you see and grow through your spiritual discernment with, the greater your capacities grow. It is only our ego that seeks to tell others what we see. And so when you are approached by someone who says, you need to know what I saw, I had this or I had that, if you are not in sacred partnership, if you're not already in a sacred agreement of sharing, which can be made ahead of time, and then this is totally fine. But if that sacred agreement of sharing has not already been entered into, then this is an ego meeting you. And that is a moment to pay attention to how much you are affected by receiving this information. How much are you affected? Have you ever had a reading? And that reading reshaped your entire trajectory? And did that reading guide you into something that was not as positive? Did it leave you feeling less than? All readings, at their purest essence, are an invitation of your soul to come forward and reveal to you what you are unable to hear on your own at that moment, so that that key may be opening a door or a gateway for you to remember it all. To remember that you have everything you need inside of you. That when we give our power away, when we allow another to have power, normally because of our fear, doubt, or hesitancy, what we're really doing is destroying our own destiny, because we're saying, I've given up. Yes, it's easy to give up. Yes, it's easy to defer to others. And it is with every breath and every step that you have the opportunity to move through that, to say yes to you, to culminate all of this, to know that when we are blocking another's path, that when we are sabotaging ourselves, that when we are inadvertently in one of those 7 energies, to know that you absolutely are capable of rewiring your brain away from the consciousness of sin into the freedom of creation. You are at a moment where dogma itself is rewriting itself. That's evident. I'm not sharing anything with you you can't validate or see on your own. We are in the moment where all dogma is metamorphosizing, because we are metamorphosizing, because 2026 is a year of alchemical transformation. Those potentialities are lining up. We're all looking through a telescope, and it's showing us a new picture. It's showing you your greatest potentiality ever. It's putting it right in front of you and saying, are you ready to let go of the illusion that has held you captive? Are you ready to free yourself to drop the seeds of judgment, to open up your heart and to lift through that into what I refer to as that 9th dimensional frequency of the witness again? Breathe that in. Take in a nice deep breath. Because remember, in the 3rd dimension, we are a witness. That's how we first wake up. We wake up from this density consciousness that it's all about this body, this life, this very, very linear 3D world. We first wake up when we witness ourselves, right? The power of now. All of that is the first step. It's all first step. And we wake up and we see ourselves. And that's the opportunity when we get ready to ignite our heart, which is the blessing of all dogmatic traditions. And I've had the blessing to be invited into so many different traditions around the world. And all of them have that same gifted energy, that when you're sitting with those that are holding the purity of that tradition, it is beautiful, it is heart-centered, and it is invoking of some of the most beautiful human experiences we could ever have, because they ignite your heart into a bounty that it has not been in before. And when we ignite the bounty of our heart, when we really open up the bounty of our heart, then in that moment, in that very moment, we ignite our divine galactic blueprint. We lift from just being this into the remembrance of our eternal nature. That's the seventh dimensional lift. Because in the fifth dimension, you're holding that heart, you're doing really well, and most people are sitting in a waiting room in the fifth for quite a while. And then one day you wake up and go, oh, you mean that crystal stairwell's been there the whole time? And you walk out and you ascend. And you ascend by letting go of the judgments and the judgments of others, of yourself, of it all. And we stand. And in that moment, we have yet another way to witness that witnesser of the witness. Gathering fuel for the journey until we lift again into the childlike knowing, filled with the wisdom of the journey as a witness to it all. And I like to describe it as sitting with me right here in my Andes Mountain. Come sit with me up here at 8,000 feet, and you gaze out at the valley and you see the beauty of the totality. It's like looking at a mosaic wall from such a distance. And then you get right up close and go, oh, look at that shard or that. Ooh, that's not so nice. Doesn't matter, because it's part of the totality where it fits beautifully. If there is one sin that can destroy your destiny, it's the one where you interfere with yourself, where you give your power away. Because remember this as you bring your hands to your heart, especially in a world where we are in a planetary thought body of fear, that when people are afraid, they will give away their power. And when people are terrified, they will give away their soul. If fear is biting at you, if you feel powerless, then celebrate that all it is the opposite of your truth, saying, are you ready to rise? I am here, take my hand, and I am offering you mine. I have been on this front line alone a long time, and I'm happy to see you here. As my hand opens, I know your hand opens, and each hand opens supporting the other. We are at the moment. You are here because you know, no matter what is going on inside that beautiful brain of yours right now, the only reason you're here is because you remember. And what I know is that I am as you are, and that as together we invite the consciousness of sin to relax, then we will all flourish and rise. From my heart to yours, and the blessing of seeing you again next week, visit iamkira.net. Watch this 4-part series over and over again. Share it. Help spread the word. I need your help. Consciousness needs your help, because humanity is calling and looking at you. We are at the moment. Many blessings and namaste.